What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Couch Coaches podcast. We just wrapped up week 6 in the NFL. Had a couple upsets this week. A lot of things to talk about. So Shane, talk to us first. We were at the Giants game on Thursday night, and I think I saw it happen, right? Eagles have the ball, 3rd and 1 on the 3-yard line. I said it to you and to the guys next to us. I was like, watch, they're gonna run 2 straight tush pushes, one to get the first down and one to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
It ended up being 4 straight tush pushes.
Yeah.
They got the end zone. They got in the end zone. Talk to me about your thoughts on it. I know as Giants fans we were irate, but like, should the league ban it? Is it fair to say that? Just talk to me about it.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting topic and one that's a hot topic because it's like the Eagles just simply do it better than everyone else.
Yeah.
But obviously when you're at the game, you're like, is this even football? Is this what we signed up
Yeah,
for, paid money to see, right? It's just not football. It's horrible. And I would say, personally, take it out. I actually had to watch it over again, like how they do it and everything. And it's a false start every single time.
Every time.
So it's like, for me, it's like, why isn't the league kind of looking into it more? And why are the Eagles doing it so much better? And if you really, like, it doesn't take a genius to, like, look at the tape and be like, everyone's offsides. Everyone's false starting.
Yeah.
Everyone's lunging before the ball's even snapped. And it's like, how do you not see that?
Yeah. It's true. I mean, I'm back and forth on it because I'm like, they figured out how to run a legal football play and do it better than everybody else. You know, like everyone knows the tush push. It's like, why are they the only ones who are able to do it so successfully?
Yeah.
Which I think is like, how can we ban something just because they're succeeding at it? Now I understand, like, okay, like one, there's a lot of injuries potential, right? Because you have just a whole bunch of 300-pound guys just running into each other, a huge pile. Like, it's a dangerous play. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, you're 2 feet away from each other. Like, it's not big contact.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you on the fact that I don't think they should ban it, but they need to learn how to officiate the play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because if the Eagles can figure out a way to run it without false starting every time, without some sort of penalty that just doesn't get called, and I get it as a ref, it's a bang-bang play. You're looking down the line, and you're seeing 20 guys lined up, back right up against each other, and the ball is snapped a second behind the guys. Yeah. I understand it's a tough thing to see with the naked eye when you're standing 20 yards away, but they have to learn because it's impacting games. And obviously in that game, it didn't have an effect on it. The Giants ended up beating them. Yeah. But still, it's like they have to be able to officiate the game and officiate that play in a proper way. So I lean on the side of no, they shouldn't ban it, but they do have to figure out a way to learn how to officiate it. I completely agree. But that, again, it's one of those things that it's just like the teams voted for it, that they should keep it in there, and it's these things that happen on the front office level, the government level of NFL, that it's just the fan bases. It doesn't really matter. Oh, the fans hate this, fans hate that. It's decisions they make, and we just kind of do it. Same thing with the kickoff. It's like whether the fans like it or not, they did it for a reason to generate more kickoffs, and it's working, so they're going to keep doing it whether the fans hate it or not. And so I think another thing that I know you have certain feelings about this, like the international games, and we're seeing it this year being more prevalent, and how they keep saying they're going to try and expand it. They're going to Melbourne next year, right? They're in London 3 weeks in a row this year. They're going to be in Berlin and stuff like that. Like, what do you think about the international games and the effect it has on, like, NFL games and like the record, the standing, stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with it because, like, one, like, I love to travel. Like, I love experiencing different culture, and I think it's really good for a company and a business to do that. I think it's awesome that these guys could just play in a different country in front of a new crowd and kind of introduce this sport that, like, we love so much. I think it's sick, but also, like, it's a massive disadvantage to whoever that home team is. And you could kind of see it in the Broncos and Jets game, dare I say, I mean, the Broncos handled the Jets. Like, I don't care who you are. You could even be a Jets fan. You already know if the Broncos play the Jets at MetLife, Broncos are beaten by at least 10 points. Mm-hmm. You take it overseas, you get some jet lag, you get something wrong.
Yeah.
You kind of not on your A game, even if you're traveling away.
Well,
anything could happen.
It's also like Denver versus New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Denver's got a 5-hour longer flight there than the Jets did.
You're
so
right.
it's like that plays a factor into it where it's like, all right, you know, now the Jets have such a closer trip to go there that it hurts the teams. Like the game coming up this weekend, you got the Jaguars and the Rams. The Rams have to go all the way across the United States and then across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, is that fair?
It's not. It's not fair for that very reason. Yeah, it's like you have a West Coast team traveling to Europe, and then say you have an East Coast team traveling to Australia. Like that's a major disadvantage.
Yeah,
it's a lot of time zones.
Yeah, it is,
and they got to change it. They got to figure something out.
Yeah, it's also like not even like you said about time zones. It's not even the travel there. It's the Rams are playing, right? They're not. It's 9:30 a.m. for us on the East Coast for those London games, which I think that means the game is going on. It's like 3:30 London time or 2:30 London time.
Yes.
Like for the Rams, it's like that's a 6 a.m. game normally for them. Like they're on that 6 a.m. clock of the West Coast. They're playing a game at 6 a.m. Right?
And they could be the home team.
You know, but then it's like you go from playing a 6 a.m. game to next week you're playing a 1 o'clock. You play a Sunday night game on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know, or you play a Sunday night game on the West Coast at home, right? It's like I go from playing at 6 a.m. my time to playing at now like 6 p.m. my time. It's like the time zone stuff can really make a bigger effect on the teams than we say.
100%.
But when it all boils down to it, it's still the same record. It counts the same as any other game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when you come down to playoff time, like these are the games that matter.
Yeah.
And I think what is interesting to me is you look at all the teams that were like the top dogs coming into the season, right? You got the Bills, the Chiefs, right? The Ravens on the NFC, you got the Eagles, you got the Lions, the Packers.
Yeah.
And guess what? The Chiefs played in Brazil, but that's not really a time zone factor, right? None of those teams play overseas games.
Interesting.
You get the Jets.
Yeah.
You get the Dolphins. You get the Commanders.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting the Jaguars play there every single year.
Yeah.
It's like we're sending teams that it's like not really that good to play maybe teams like the Broncos who are going to try and fight for a playoff spot this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it seems like I don't know. It seems like we're sending our bad teams to go play these international games and we're keeping the best teams. Oh, like, why is it? It seems like the NFL knows there's a factor in it. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, they would never. Yeah, and you see it. The one time they did send the Chargers and Chiefs, who are top teams in the league. It's in Brazil. It's not over in Europe, and where the time difference is really a factor. So it is definitely something that I think the league should really look at a little bit more and maybe incentivize the teams for going international and playing in those games because it is unfair.
Yeah, there does have to be some sort of way that they look into it to decide like travel and you know what I mean? Like and obviously it's always going to be harder for teams that are on the coast because you're constantly traveling longer distances, but
100%.
Yeah, I mean I agree it's tough. But like we talk about like those teams like the Lions who don't have to go play over there.
Yeah.
Like we saw them play last night against the Chiefs and they didn't look good at all.
Smoked.
Obviously, the Chiefs are starting to get into their rhythm, find their zone. They got their guys. Offense looks good. But the Lions, like, we've seen them. Okay, week 1, they look terrible. The last 4 weeks were like, the Lions are the team in the East. Or in the NFC. And now it's like, they look bad again. Like, what are your thoughts on the Lions? Like, are they good? Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think they're pretenders, 100%. I really do.
Really?
I think they have so much talent. I think they have, one of the best offensive lines in football. They are dealing with a few injuries here and there, and I do love their team. I really do. But you have to. History repeats itself, and you see it this season. They are so inconsistent. Like the fact that they could lose to the Commanders last year at home is very embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
But you're seeing it this year.
Uh-huh.
It's just such a different team each week that you see, and it's alarming. And I would not put anything on them in the postseason.
Really?
Nothing. No.
Do you think that's because their coordinators are both now head coaches, so they had a whole new coaching staff come in? Obviously, they kept Dan Campbell, but like Ben Johnson's not there, Aaron Glenn's not there. Like obviously that plays a factor in it. But like, do you think that's why they're not good, or?
I don't think so, because it's like they had them last year against the Commanders, and the inconsistencies that you see in this team are just alarming. And this year, I mean, they have some games where they roll over people.
Yeah.
And then the very next week, they play the Chiefs, and I agree with you. I mean, I think the Chiefs are legit. Yeah. I think Mahomes is actually having he's incredible this year.
He's good.
And, but, I mean, the Lions are too good to get hammered. They're too good.
I agree. I agree with you to an extent, though. I think, like, the Lions, I think they are inconsistent. I think their coordinators have to play a factor in it. I think while Jared Goff is good, he's older.
Yeah.
He's not mobile. That adds a factor to it. But their injuries on the defensive side of the ball, I think that they play a big factor into why they're not doing good. In my personal opinion, like, I just think having 6 DBs out, you're now losing Brian Branch because of the suspension now because of what he did at the end of the game. Yeah. Like, you're just losing so many of these guys that there is things to point to. And so I think they're a team where it's going to be really interesting to see later on in the season when they start getting all these guys back to see, are they the real deal? Were they just missing guys, or is it going to be the same stuff that you're talking about of like they're going to get to the playoffs and they're going to fall apart again? Yeah. So I don't know if you feel the same about this other team, but the Indianapolis Colts with Daniel Jones, I think they're off to obviously a 5-1 start. It's like, are they the real deal? I know a lot of people are saying they actually think that they're good. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. I mean, being a Giants fan, I had a lot of up and downs with Daniel Jones. I actually was a fan of Daniel Jones. I actually at one point even called him a top 10 quarterback in this league. And I honestly, in that moment, still to this day stand on that, which is actually crazy because he's having an incredible season. And I actually like the guy. Yeah. No hard feelings for Daniel Jones at all. He's balling. Yeah, he is. He's balling, and I'm just so happy to see it for the guy because when he was playing well for us, he had Saquon Barkley in that backfield, and it kind of reminds me of that this year with Jonathan Taylor just running dudes over, having his tight end. He always loved his tight ends on the Giants. He always, like, Bellinger was balling out when Daniel Jones. So you see that in Tyler Warren this year. And they got some speedy receivers. Like Downs has some speed. Their line has some veteran guys, Nelson, and they actually have a pretty decent, offensive line. And you see that this year. He's comfortable. Yeah. He's slinging the rock. And
he's playing well.
I think they are that Giants team that are decent, but when it comes to playing a good team, they're going to get killed.
Yeah.
I
don't disagree with you. I think it is. I mean, obviously they're playing well, but there is a factor of like they almost lost to the Cardinals at home without Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? They play in my opinion, a weak division. I don't think the Texans are legit. I'm not a big fan of the Jags. Obviously, the Titans are the worst team in the NFL, one of them, and so it's like. I think they have a very easy schedule, which allows them to play well. I do think some of the hype is real with what you were talking about. Same thing, like Jonathan Taylor's legit. I think Tyler Warren's legit. Their O-line is good. Their defense is really good.
Yeah, they're playing.
You know what I mean? Like, even, obviously, Charvarius Ward gets that free concussion pregame. But, like they still are deep on defense. Like, you saw, they're still able to win games. And, I don't know if I would call them pretenders or contenders. I think they're kind of midway. I think, we're going to see them at the end of the season because of their division and their schedule. they're going to be 11-6, 10-7, and they're going to lose in the first or second round.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I their schedule's easy, but you know the NFL, I don't think saw this coming. Obviously, no one did. I mean, who would have saw this coming? I mean,
but
Daniel Jones starting for the Colts, but they're going to be in Berlin in a couple of weeks, and I truly think, as we were talking about, like I think that will be a game to look out for and to see how they react to it. And I think it may be. This is an early prediction, but I think it could go south for the Colts after Berlin. That's my
like
prediction.
the turning point.
I think that's the turning point. I do. I think they'll be a playoff team, but I think they're going to start to regress, and I think that Berlin game is going to do it.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, guys. The Colts and the Lions are not as good as we think that they are. Let us know down in the comments if you guys agree with us. Let us know any more of your opinions on what we had to say and just anything else you guys want us to talk about. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate all the love and all the commitment. So we're going to keep pumping out these videos for you guys. See you guys next week.
Peace, boys.